I've been ghosting my fiance after she lied to the police and got me put in jail for the night, just to protect her male best friend. I'm not sure I can forgive her. My fiance, 25 female, and I, 28 male, just got engaged 2 weeks ago. We've been together for 5 years now. 3 weeks ago I came home from work exhausted. When I arrived home, I saw her and her friend Mike sitting at the dining table. I went over to my girlfriend, kissed her on the cheek and dapped up Mike. I didn't really think too much about him being there since I know him really well and he's known my girlfriend since they were little kids. I just asked him if he wanted a beer or something, but he refused, stating that he was here to talk to me. I was confused at first, but when I looked at their serious expressions, I knew it was something serious. I grabbed a beer from the fridge and sat at the table as well. They started talking about how close me and Mike were getting over the last few years and stuff. I just sat there flabbergasted. I didn't understand what they were trying to get at. I think me and Mike were sort of social buddies. If we were both attending the same social gathering, of course I'd hang out with him, but I never really hung out with him alone or made separate plans with him. I just told them to stop rambling and to get to the point. I was exhausted and really didn't want to beat around the bush any longer. My girlfriend asked me if it was okay if Mike could stay over for a few weeks since he recently got fired and evicted from his place. I told them of course he could stay as long as he didn't make a mess and contributed to the household chores like taking out the trash, etc. He got up and gave me a tight hug and thanked me. Little did I know this man was a filthy alcoholic. The first week things weren't that bad. He just kept to himself, did the chores I asked of him, and it was fun having someone in the house to watch basketball with. After that first week, things took a massive turn. I started seeing empty beer cans everywhere, his dirty socks stuffed into our couch and stuff. I confronted him about it, but he just apologized and told me it wouldn't happen again. I told my fiance, but she told me to cut him some slack since he was going through a tough time and he would get better. It only got worse. I started seeing dried up vomit on our toilet seat, and that's when I suspected he was an alcoholic. I started seeing empty bottles of rum, whiskey and vodka everywhere. I kept mentioning it to him, but he always gave the same response as before. My fiancé couldn't care less either, and that pissed me off even more. 5 days ago I came home from work and my apartment reeked of alcohol. I just lost it. I stormed up to the guest room and found him drinking beer on the bed. I just went off on him. My girlfriend came over and tried to calm me down. But I didn't budge. I told him he has 2 days to clean my apartment and to get out, otherwise I was going to call the cops on him. I guess he didn't like what I said one bit. He just got off the bed and charged at me. All I remember is him ramming me into the wall behind me and me hitting my head against a sharp object. The next thing I know I see an officer pointing a flashlight at my face. I asked him where Mike was and he told me he was in a safe place where I couldn't hurt him. He and another cop grabbed me off the floor and dragged me outside. I saw my girlfriend and Mike talking to a cop. At this point I'm fading in and out of consciousness. When she looked at me being escorted down the stairs like some rag doll, I wanted to tell her something, but my head just hurt too bad to form any sentence. I got put in the cop car and was driven to the station and put in a holding cell. I kept asking them why. All they responded with is "I have right to remain silent" bull crap. I remember just sitting in the jail cell with my head feeling like it was going to explode any second while trying to make sense of what just happened. I remember dozing off and at some point and being woken up by a cop. He told me I was lucky they didn't press charges on me and I was free to leave. My headache felt much better at this point, so I could actually form sentences. I asked him to explain to me what happened. They told me they received a phone